Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Tyranny. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today down here in the bowels of the burning library. And this thing is all untouched. Look at it, all these many scrolls, but these are not the ones that have the forbidden knowledge. They actually had magical knowledge that I haven't looked at yet. But last episode we uncovered a bunch of accents and a bunch of other things. Oh, by the way, does she have an extra slot for spells? Did she? Did she? No, she didn't. Yeah. Well, let's go down. Let's see where this leads. Oh, I was hoping for a big area. It's not that small, though. The Silent Archive. That's right. Oh, it's all very smoky, though. I mean, you'd think that, considering this was not destroyed, you'd think that it wouldn't be destroyed, right? The smoke kind of hints at something. It leads somewhere. Where to? I don't think I want to know for right now. Let's go this way. I'm thinking we'll find traps. We've been finding a bunch of traps and stepping on them as well on our way here. The stepping on them, mind you, it's my problem. Oh, that looks cool. What the hell's that? That's... What is that? Is that an edict? Or is that the knowledge? The ominous knowledge that we're not supposed to have. And here come the Scarlet Chorus. The censor, at last. Well played, Fatebinder, she says. I think it's a female. Whether you wanted it or not, you competed in my game to perfection. She strides forward eagerly, glancing past you at the newly uncovered chamber. I've been sending these idiots into this furnace for months to no avail, and yet you've done the impossible in mere hours. She passes, scratching her chin in thought. She pauses, I mean. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised literacy proved useful in getting past that barrier. In a place like this, my men couldn't tell scholarly writing from chicken scratch. She shrugs. Lesson learned, and bodies are cheap anyways. It's a shame that your talents can be put to further use for the voices. She shakes her head, disappointment evident in her voice. You're a talent for ruthlessness, you know? But your string of successes ends here. Your body will join with those of the sages on the altar. It's rather amusing if you think of it. I mean, they may have stopped the building from collapsing, but they couldn't stop the edict or the Scarlet Chorus. All they did was sacrifice themselves for a scrap of parchment they're going to lose anyway. Well, interesting, because I find your confidence amusing. I just eliminated your entire crew. Almost as amusing as yours, Fatebinder. Those fools were mere peons. You'll find I will not fall as readily as my underlings. One does not lead in the Scarlet Chorus for long if one does not know how to watch for danger. And while I oh, you certainly don't. You're attacking the Fatebinder. You have no idea. And while I thank you, she says, for your help opening up the passage and finding the Silent Archive, you are no longer of any use to me. It's time to end this. Okay. What are you gonna say, Siren? Are you gonna say... Well, anyway, what do we have? We have Cora going up. That's gonna be good. I'm gonna go ahead and just charge in like a crazy man. I suppose that might actually not be a good idea at all. Let's have Barrick. What's he casting? He's going for the Tidal Burst. That's an interesting idea, Barrick, but you probably want to engage them first. That's an hobbled. That's not that bad. Let's go with Electric Jolt. That's gonna stun them, but that's not... Yeah, well, let's go with the Rhyme Spike, or Ream Spike, whatever that is called.
Can't do that.
Okay, so they're engaging. So that is an engagement already, and I think that guy... Okay, so that's not too bad. So you're gonna do that, yes, and then you do the Blade Grave... Oh, that's gonna be two of them. Did he do that already? Don't tell me. He's terrified. Are you kidding me? He's actually terrified. Okay, well, let's focus on the censor here. I think that there's no... He's terrified as well. Yeah, just focus on the censor. What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, so... I have no control over these guys. I click them, but nothing happens. Yeah. He's doing something, but... I think Peric is attacking Verse. Oh, he doesn't want to do that. He does not want to do that. I can't really attack multiple ones over here, though. I could do this. I probably will. And you need a little bit of love as well over there. Actually, you could move... She can disengage. Okay. It's not great. Let's do this. Oh, I can select him now. Great. Okay, so you're gonna need that. Please do that. Okay, so you are gonna do the skewer. You're actually gonna switch weapons, and you're gonna skewer this guy as soon as you can. That guy's a Scarlet Fury, yeah, or a girl. Okay, a little bit of burning. Never hurt anybody except for you right now. Tidal push, or tidal burst, whatever. That's also gonna help us a little bit.
We should try that again.
Yeah, you're gonna try that again very soon. Okay, there it is, and now you can do that again. Because apparently I didn't do that or something? Okay, what are you doing? No, you fall back. You fall back. That's a Kamehameha right there, okay, and that is the sensor over there. Attack it. Or attack her, or him, I'm not really sure. And yes, you're gonna need to heal Barrick. You're right in doing that. Yeah, well, it's not really what I'm doing, but sure. Let's have you do the iron tolling over there. And let's have you do the unravel mines over here, which is also pretty good at this point, I think. Let's go with that. And then you can do the hobbled.
I'm on it.
Although that's gonna kind of come. That's gonna be a kill very soon, I think. Let's do this. That guy's not gonna be a problem for too long. Let's do this over there. What are you doing? Not much. That's gonna require Cora. Let's wait for Cora to be done with his ability. They're not in sync though. Oh, the sensor is down. Actually down this time around. Let's go with that over there. And she's doing. Let's do this on that guy. Nope, don't need to do that on that guy for sure. Let's do this on this guy. And yes, you do need to. And down goes that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Did we take any wounds? I don't think we took any wounds from that battle. It was a tricky battle. But, yeah, it went really well.
Take me if you can.
Come on. There it is. There it is. Okay. Are we done? Combat music. Can you please? There it is. And the auto map goes back. Okay, what do we have over here? We have a Masterwork Sensor's Grip. It increases fire armor. It also increases reflection. That's an interesting tool for her. Actually, it is really nice. Am I not wearing one of these as well? Or similar ones anyway. Oh yeah, that's right. Still need to figure that out. And that was not that actually. We have Bent Bronze Sword and Fatiguing Toxin. They all go in there, and I think we're done here. Man, that was an interesting climax. I like that. I like that. I didn't remember meeting the sensor. I don't think we met her or him outside. And they were all saying, oh, the sensor sent you and all that. And I was like, am I missing something over here? Because I really think I might have, actually. But I need to watch through the footage and see what that was. First, Sage Arwell's directives. Sage Torvin. That's two Sage Torvin, I guess, from Sage Arwell. Yeah. Karrus's armies have been rebuffed for now, but it is only a temporary victory. I have no doubt that we may hold these walls a good deal longer, but you must remember that the Overlord aims not to butcher the Citadel's keepers, but to destroy its secrets. Karrus is not omnipotent. Her powers may be known and understood in time, and she rightly fears the knowledge we hoard here. The Silent Archive must be protected. There is no library in the tiers that is its equal. Nothing else matters. Nothing. We may not know the Overlord's plans, but with time and research, we can circumvent any of her designs. I need you to ensure that we will have that time when that moment is right. Focus your efforts on Sage Stea's theoretical forays into temporal magic. While we were right to deny such dangerous experimentation before, now is the time in which its risks are justified. Gather the elder sages and make your way to the lower chambers. You are to remain there until you devise a solution to Stea's problem of scale. Halting the flow of time in a single chamber won't be sufficient if Karrus drowns us all in a storm or hurdles his library or this library into the firmament. You must find a way to encase all of the Citadel in such a spell. Should disaster come, your success isn't optional. This library will be a distant memory if Karrus has her way. Should we both survive, I will be happy to congratulate you on your breakthrough. Until then, get to work. Sounds like a noble effort, I suppose. They were really fighting at their most hardest. This thing is making noise. We have another letter over here. I don't think they survived. Sage Litots. We can't help you with the ringing in your ears just yet, so we'll have to make do with... that's from Arwell as well? No, that's for Torvin. So we can't help you with the ringing in your ears just yet, so we'll have to make do with the conflict until the conflict is over. Yes, Arwell was very explicit in his directives. I know they seem impossible, but that is the situation we face. Everyone that could interpret the Silent Archive died in last night's attack, so we're not getting any assistance in this matter. Thankfully, I do have an idea, one which requires everyone's participation. Scale is the issue. Stea's last experiments only affected as much as a small chamber. I believe that we can amplify the spell's effect by repeating the motions of its glyphs as a group, similar to the ritual magic used in primitive cultures that predated modern Tearsmen. Sage Dangling Principle believes... Dangling Principle, that's his name, believes that this will create an exponential growth in the spell's effects, but at an unexpected cost to stability. I'm inclined to agree. Also, we have no other ideas. Yeah. No one else here has your expertise in magical foci. That's the plural of focus, but there's no plural to focus. I don't think. You've told me countless times how or maybe that's something else. You've told me countless times how minor baubles can have a profound leveling effect on spells that exceed the control of their casters. What if we use something as powerful as an artifact as the focus of the ritual? Without one... Oh, I know what it is. It's the focus, but not the focus as we have it in English. Focus is actually... It's a thing in magic, so that's what it is. Without one, the energy involved will quickly become chaotic and almost assuredly deadly for all of us. At least with an artifact, there's a chance that Stea's spell will encompass the entire citadel and put it into state of stasis. In my opinion, there's only one artifact to use, and that's the Silent Archive itself. It's clearly the most potent object in this room. Sage Dangling Principle believes that the Staff of Hours will suffice, but I'm not going to leave anything to chance. Better that we use the Silent Archive as our focus now and figure out how to safely retrieve it later. Not if you agree after reading this. Oh, really? You're gonna do that? What? What? Oh, the noise. The altar sits in the middle of a lake of lava encircled by ritual braziers. The bodies of the sages who gave their lives to stop the library's collapse are littered around the central pedestal.
I got it.
Okay, so that's the reason why this worked. But I'm gonna want... Actually, I'm just gonna send you up there.
I got it.
Oh, what is that? Let me save the game before I screw up anything. What is that? The stone here is flecked with small bits of obsidian. One larger piece juts out from the wall and looks like it could be removed. And I got something.
See that?
Yeah, what was that? What did I get? Oh, just obsidian? Did I just get obsidian? Okay. Over here we got Chronicle's Eye. This increases lore and will... Oh, that's fantastic. Though, I don't want to compare. No, thank you. That's really good, actually. That's fantastic, because she needs that so much. Much more than this thing on Control Lightning. Oh. She can't? This item can only be applied to... Oh, damn it, Lantry! Oh, man. That's fantastic nonetheless. Okay.
Sorry, I can't.
I know. What do we have over here? Staff of Hours. There it is. Oh, man. Looks like a good... Your power has increased. You don't say, but I apparently for just acquiring that thing. That's
right.
I'm a badass. And Jasper. Okay, let's get out. Now let's go back here. Let's actually check if she likes that. That's she doesn't have this that increases her control life, and this also increases her health. This thing is an artifact though. Can she use that? Oh yes, she can. Repetition ability unlocked. Staff of Hours, slowing the sands. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want that.
Power. Let's put it to use.
Yes! She likes the staff.
I got it.
That's always great news. Let's see. So what is that? Why do I like this? This is the slowing of sense. Dramatically slow enemies in a targeted area. These effects scale with the Staff of Hours renown. Oh yeah. So you need to kill people with that? Is that how it works? Because she has two things already. How do you gain renown for that? So she gained one ability that would be... Shattered Stone. This? Yeah, slowing of sands, and then over here we have the Steadfast Stand that I never use because it's once per rest and I never use. Anyway, it's just I forget. It's just I forget. You can't press Shift or Alt or anything to shift these things. Alt? Yeah, I know. I pressed Alt. I was trying to convey my point. Okay, let's see what we have. Remove the scroll and replace it with one of your artifacts to keep the protective magic from ending. Let's take a closer look at the Silent Archive first. A nimbus of magical energy surrounds this scroll, which levitates above the central platform. You see characters upon the parchment, but they seem to shift from one language to the next. I haven't seen an artifact of that age or preservation since my days in Stalwart. I'm not much for books, but it doesn't take a scholar to figure that this is the Silent Archive. The motion of the characters on the scroll's surface slow as you approach, seemingly in response to your presence. Let's examine the magical aura surrounding the scroll. Waves of energy radiate out from the scroll, billowing up towards the ceiling and fanning out to encompass the cavernous chamber. It appears that the Silent Archive is an active participant in some sort of ongoing spell, one that is likely keeping the burning library standing. Removing the scroll would assuredly have disastrous effects upon the active spell. Let's analyze the spell first. This must be the time stasis spell referenced in Sage Arwell's letter. Judging by the bodies arrayed around the Silent Archive, the mages appear to have been successful in their attempts to halt the destruction of Kyrus' edict, though they did not survive the process. Lilotz's experiments with Focky clearly paid off. The spell protecting the Burning Library is operating at a massive scale. Its chaotic energy is currently stabilized by the Silent Archive itself. Yeah, so they used the things. Let's ask, what are you? As you utter the question, the scroll's surface is suddenly wiped clear. After a moment, words begin to form on the page. Indeed, it reads, the Silent Archive is meant to be the final source of knowledge. Every text we have magically transcribed bubbles beneath its surface, waiting to be called forth. First Scribe Gaynor Sage Archival Methodologies, Volume 8. If the entire library could be summed up in one sheet of parchment, perhaps there wasn't much worth learning after all, says Sirin. I'm not sure. The passage fades away, only to be replaced by another. The Silent Archive is the 100-year endeavor of the School of Quill and Ink. As one of its creators and guardians, I have ensured that its knowledge may only be accessed by the sages of my order, and only those specifically charged with such a weighty responsibility. The Silent Archive is, thus, a glittering jewel that only a few may see. Should the artifact fall into outsider hands, I expect that less than 1 in 100 of its secrets will be revealed in the span of a lifetime. First Sage Arwell, Legacies of the School of Quill and Ink, Volume 20. In the blink of an eye, the scroll's text disappears, only to be replaced by a chaotic swirl of overlapping letters and words. It refuses to respond to any further questions. Now here we'll be destroying the library if we destroy this thing. I want to take it. I want to go against Kyrus's will. I really do. In this case, I think this is gonna bring me power if I can. Especially if we can understand what the Bane are and how exactly Kyrus gained her, I suppose. Yeah. Power. Godliness. Godhood. Yeah, that's the one. Godhood. Let's try and read the scroll. I'm not going to be able to, but let's see. The parchment surface is impossible to read, ever shifting and convoluted. You see characters from Old Verdant written over calligraphy of the Northern Empire, which transforms into words used by the nomadic tribes of ancient Azur, and then again into phrases of the common tongue of the Tears. It is as if every word ever written or uttered clashes upon the scroll. And by the way, there is a website called the Library of Babel. And you just need to Google it. But search on YouTube, there's a video about it, and it's fantastic. It goes according to this. Every word that was ever written and ever will be and could ever be is written on that library. And it's accessible through the internet, and it's a fantastic thing. But the implications of it are actually more interesting, but just reminds me of that. Let's touch the scroll, see what happens. You reach out to touch the scroll, but as soon as your hand passes through the cloud encasing it, a violent tremor erupts in the hall. The shaking continues for a few seconds, and then vanishes. I suspect we won't spend much time here. That scroll is a linchpin holding the rest of the library together. Trust me, I know a thing or two about unstable structures. Are you an unstable structure, Barrick? Maybe. If I do this, he's gonna hate me. I'm gonna take the Silent Archive. You seem awfully confident that the library won't collapse and bury us all. Go for it, then. I'm not. Well, let's go. Power. And ready the space key.
There's no chance of you putting that back, is there?
That's what she said. Oh. Can we run? I thought the lava was raising, but it's not. Oh, that thing went down. Okay. Yeah, it is. It is now. The shakiness. The shakiness. Okay. What am I gonna do with that? Oh, the implications of our choice right now. I pride myself on surviving close calls, says Verse, but I'd appreciate a fucking heads up next time. Is the edict through, or did we forget something inside? Because I'm not going back there. The air surrounding you begins to thin, and the smell of embers begins to diminish. The clouds of smoke slowly revealing the sky beyond them. Oh, we did it! I thought we had to destroy the scroll. I really did. I really did, but apparently not. Maybe Karis doesn't know about that. You feel a powerful pulse of warm energy burst from the silent archive. Sound disappears into a deafening silence. Your vision blurs, and you are overcome by a dizziness that nearly knocks you off your feet. Then, as quickly as it hits you, the feeling passes. The air around you begins to settle, and the particles of fire and ash that moments ago stung your eyes dissipate into a chilly gust. With the silent archive removed from the burning library, the edict of fire is extinguished, and its warmth feels pulled into your very chest. You know, you're just asking for it from the sages. You're never going to hear the end of it. First the edict, next they'll want you to scour the tears for the torn out pages of a farming almanac, says Siren. I do love watching someone's hard work unravel like an old sweater, says Verse. If you ever meet Karis, ask how long it took to draft the edict of fire. I thought you were talking about the library, because that's what happened. We destroyed, I suppose. Yeah, I know what she means. The sages had better shape up and share their knowledge this time. Hoarding it got them here, and I hate to think that history might repeat itself. The shape and intensity of the fires leap in your mind. The details of the mighty incantation, the wording, the magical logic of the flames, all are seared in your mind with perfect recall. The edict of fire is now part of you. There's somebody coming. He's clad in iron. Yeah. Merrick. Thank you for your assistance. I can finish anything else in the library that requires the disfavored's attention while you return to Graven Ash. I will send him my full report as soon as I'm able. Should you need any assistance in the future, you have but to ask. Well, thank you very much, Merrick. See you later. See you later, man. Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I did recognize his armor, though. And there we go. We got a repetition ability unlocked by the sages. Wrath, apparently. Magic seal. In a quest update right there, and we can now cast on a cooldown for 25 seconds Silenced Affliction for 18.8 seconds on a base of 20 seconds. And yes, and that's gonna be for me, right? I can cast that over here. Magic seal, yeah. I need to remember to use these. I need to get reacquainted with those. I'm gonna do that off camera, not right now. Who do we have over here? Jelena, what am I to do with you? Asks Merrick. Not only did you sell us out to the Scarlet Chorus, no she didn't, she was tortured, man, come on, but you used our Oathbound connection against us. In all the history of the Disfavored, I never heard of a more despicable crime. Not even the Scarlet Furies would commit such an atrocity. At the very least, we wouldn't drag the matter out in the open like this, says Verse. Merrick, says Jelena, they were torturing me, I had no choice. You could have endured by drawing strength from our bound. We would have found you eventually. Merrick massages his brows. Fatebinder, I'm grateful that you returned my unit, but I have another problem, Jelena. While I'm sympathetic to the fact that she suffered at the hands of the chorus, I can't pretend that she didn't betray us. Neither can the rest of my scouts. You have a way with justice and law. Would you mind adjudicating the matter? I'm too knotted up over it to make a clear-headed ruling. Okay, well, we have two lord checks right there. Let's start with those. So, Jelena only revealed what she had to and deserves to rejoin the unit. Her misdirection allowed the rest of you to survive. That's true, that's true. I am sympathetic towards her in regards to basically she was being tortured. Her defense there, I sympathize with that on that regard, and I think it kind of... You can't... I don't know. Jelena gambled with your lives, is the other check, and that was not her choice to make. She should be banished. Let's see the other ones. I would like to hear what yeah, let's go with that one. I'd like to hear what Jelena has to say. Thank you for the opportunity, Fatebinder. I knew that I couldn't endure the Corin's interrogation forever. No one short of Ash has the fortitude for it. You're hardly qualified to judge. Well, let's say nothing. I made it as to break under pressure and surrender the location of 2 scouts. They were both cut off from the rest, and their location wouldn't have given anyone away. Even so, I was saving my strength to send a warning that would alert the rest of you about the Cora's movements, even to those I betrayed. I don't say that to excuse my actions. Yeah, and she shows she's contrived, so yeah. I don't say that to excuse my actions, she says, just to offer some context. The fallen scouts may haunt me for the rest of my days, but Merrick and the others may live richer, fuller lives on their behalf. Merrick, does this change anything for you? I must admit that I had not considered this interpretation of events. He pauses. Jelena caused the death of some, but only for the sake of sparing others. When you frame it that way, she did indeed rely on the strength of her brethren, and there is no action more disfavored than that. Really? Fatebinder, I retract my request for a ruling. No judgment is necessary. Jelena is free and welcome to rejoin her unit. Jelena, pack your things and get ready to move out. Thank you, Merrick. And you too, Fatebinder. I vowed to strengthen the disfavored through loyalty and deed. Yeah, and just like that, we need not adjudicate in that. Is that adjudicate? Or, anyway, anyway. Thank you for your assistance. I can finish anything else in the library that requires the disfavored's attention while you return to Graven Ash. Yes, you will. What about you, Lupin? A young man in singed and tattered clothes notices your approach and salutes with a strange gesture. No, that's not it, is it? He drops his arms to his side in defeat. I apologize, Fatebinder. I'm fairly new to all of this. He attempts to mask the sudden crack in his voice by clearing his throat. I've been dispatched from Iron Hearth to act as quartermaster here. He looks around at the state of the scorched earth all around him, whatever this place is. Well, you're probably unaware that Graven Ash promised me a fair... That's an interesting thing. Yeah. Let's teach him the proper disfavored salute. Again, just being kind to those below me. Let's go with that. I don't think I need the money. You take his arm and hand in yours, pressing his fist tightly together and thrusting it towards his chest. He lets out a sudden gasp of air before collecting himself. Oh, I see. I thank you, Fatebinder. How did you come into Ash's service? His face droops downwards. Where I come from in the north, we don't have much. My brother sent for me to join him at Iron Hearth, serve the soldiers there, and earn a wage of some kind. His eyes begin to waver in a crestfallen cascade towards the gaze that rests at his feet. By the time I had arrived, he'd been sent off to serve the garrison at Vengeance Well Citadel. I'm sure you are well aware of what happened there. Yeah. So you're probably unaware that Graven Ash promised me a fair discount on all disfavored goods should the Burning Library region be taken for the Scarlet Chorus. A sudden shock strikes the young man. Yes, of course, Graven Ash gave me specific orders. I promised I wouldn't forget. I have special prices just for you, Fateminder. Okay, let's see your wares. I could also sell some of my stuff. Let's sell the crappier thing. Actually, let's sell the Bloodchanter's Staff. That's a common one for some reason. Yeah, that's pretty cheap. So the stuff, that more expensive stuff up here, I'm just gonna sell everything because I think I'm keeping the things that I want to keep in the inventories. So just sell that and the armor as well. Cowl of Disbelief. Is this... It's light armor. Yeah. I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna keep that one though. Because it's masterwork. It's the best it can be, so I'm just gonna keep it. We might need it later or something. So that's gonna give us a lot of money. That's pretty good. And let's see what he has. Oathbound Dagger. That is a nice one. I like that. I like that very much. And it's not that expensive. I'm gonna go with that, yeah. Oathbound Armor. That's gonna be pretty expensive and not good enough because it's heavy armor. Okay, good stuff. Got healing potions over there. I could buy a couple. Let's go with that. And we have lesser healing potions down here. And everything is good. Let's just trade. This is the first time we buy anything. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. But we're out of time for the day, so let me just see what this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be much better than that thing over there, that's for sure. Right? Maybe. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna look at it in between episodes because the comparison, it kind of confuses me if I do it on camera. It kind of confuses me anyway, but if I do it on camera, you see my confusion. It's terrible. And the Silent Archive, it's a thing. Oh, trap detection, resolving wits. Oh, wait a minute. That's. Are we good? I think we're good. Yeah. So I'll think about this. But for now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Tyranny. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did,
Can't
go
do
ahead and
that.
leave a comment,
Right.
like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.